King Charles and Prince Harry's senior aides have quietly held a pivotal peace summit, the Mail on Sunday can reveal, marking the first significant step toward resolving their bitter family feud. The meeting, which took place just last week, signaled the beginning of a rapprochement process aimed at mending the fractured bond between the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and the rest of the royal family. Insiders suggest this was no mere casual gathering, it was a concerted effort to heal old wounds and open the door to potential reconciliation. Interestingly, the summit took place at a private members' club in London, known for promoting international friendship. Fittingly, the club counts King Charles as one of its patrons. This venue, steeped in history and diplomacy, set the stage for what many hope will be a turning point in the relationship between Harry and his father. Although it remains unclear who exactly initiated the olive branch, whether it was Charles or Harry himself, the gathering is seen as a promising sign that both sides are committed to bridging the divide. It's a long road ahead, a source shared, but at least there's a channel of communication now that hasn't been there for years. With no formal agenda set, the discussions were informal, centered around drinks and open dialogue, allowing both parties to address issues that had long been simmering beneath the surface. Harry was represented by Meredith Maines, his chief communications officer and head of his household in Montecito, California, who flew in from Los Angeles specifically for this summit. Joining her were Tobin Andrea, the King's Communications Secretary, and Liam Maguire, who manages the Sussex's public relations efforts in the UK. These figures, each playing pivotal roles in their respective spheres, were seen in deep conversation over drinks under the warm London sun. The three figures were later seen chatting and relaxing on the club's first-floor garden terrace, overlooking Green Park. As the discussions continued, they moved inside to continue their talks. Despite the informal nature of the meeting, it was recognized as a first step in what many hope will eventually lead to a full reconciliation between Harry and his father. The Private Members Club, founded in 1910 and housed in a Grade I-listed building, was the perfect setting for such a critical conversation. The Royal Overseas League, ROSL, is dedicated to fostering international friendships, a fitting backdrop for the emotional stakes of this family reconciliation. For Maines, it also marked the first time she met with her UK-based team since being appointed as the Sussex's first chief communications officer back in March. She has quickly become the most senior aide in the Sussex royal household, a team that was restructured to mirror the traditional hierarchy Harry had known during his years as a working royal. Maines, a seasoned strategist with a background in Silicon Valley, has been central to managing the couple's day-to-day operations and ensuring that their public image and initiatives like Meghan's Netflix show and her lifestyle brand stay on course. Meanwhile, Maguire, a former Sandhurst graduate, has long been involved with the Invictus Games, a project dear to Harry's heart, and has contributed significantly to the Sussex's UK media efforts. His presence at the summit only further signified the seriousness of this new chapter for the family. The Sussex's relationship with the royal family has been anything but smooth since their move to California, particularly after their bombshell interview with Oprah Winfrey in 2021. Meghan's revelation of her mental health struggles, coupled with Harry's claims of racial concerns raised about their unborn child, sent shockwaves through the monarchy. Tensions escalated with the publication of Harry's memoir, Spare, which detailed the rift between him and his brother William, including a physical altercation over Harry's relationship with Meghan. At that point, any hope of reconciliation seemed a distant dream. Yet, even amidst the ongoing public fallout, there have been signs that Charles remains hopeful. In the wake of the memoir's release and Harry's often candid public statements, Charles has not wavered in his desire for a restored relationship with his son and even a connection with his two grandchildren, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. This summit represents the beginning of what might be a long journey toward healing. Yet, despite the hurdles still to come, such as the ongoing security battle that has strained Harry's ties with the UK government, this meeting may finally be a sign that both father and son are ready to rebuild their relationship, albeit one step at a time. Maines, having completed her mission in the UK, flew back to California to report directly to Harry. From their £15 million mansion in Montecito, she and her team continue to manage the couple's affairs, taking charge of the narrative they wish to project moving forward. The same home, a symbol of their new life away from royal duties, is also where many of their key decisions, both personal and professional, are made. The significance of this meeting cannot be overstated. This wasn't just another royal summit, it was the opening of a channel that, if nurtured, could restore a fractured family. No one is claiming the road will be easy, but for the first time in years, there is hope that the rift can be healed. And in this volatile world of royal affairs, hope is a rare commodity. The tension between Harry and the royal family had reached a boiling point after his memoir, Spare, hit the shelves. The revelations, some of which were deeply personal and others, such as Harry's account of the physical altercation with his brother William, were beyond what the public had ever expected. These were no longer mere royal squabbles, they were emotionally charged moments of family strife aired in public for all to see. Yet, despite the pain caused by the book, it is evident that both sides are now taking a step back, acknowledging that the time has come for reconciliation. This summit, though small in scope, marks a shift in the narrative. For the first time in years, Harry and Charles are engaging with one another not through the media or public statements, but face-to-face, a private exchange of words that has been long overdue. Their conversation, though not yet the full reconciliation many had hoped for, is a momentary flicker of possibility. For Harry, this meeting represents an opportunity to rebuild trust, to restore some semblance of the relationship he once had with his father. And for Charles, it signals the possibility of a reunion, a chance to heal the wounds his family has suffered in the public eye. As Harry and his aides have said time and time again, their desire for reconciliation is genuine. Despite the challenges, Harry has continually expressed a willingness to make amends, to find a way forward. He has repeatedly said that he does not expect blanket forgiveness from all members of his family, but that he is prepared to take the first step. His message in the BBC interview was clear: there's no point in continuing to fight anymore. For Harry, this is not just about personal healing, it's about the broader goal of reuniting the family that has been torn apart by years of turmoil. The royal family's response, though initially defensive, has also shown a willingness to soften. Charles, though hurt by his son's public critiques, has maintained a stance of hope. His desire to mend his relationship with Harry is well documented, and sources close to the king have indicated that he still dreams of a future where he can play a role in the lives of his grandchildren. These discussions, though preliminary, suggest that the long road to healing has finally begun. Yet, as with any royal drama, the path to reconciliation is fraught with complications. One of the key issues still looming large is Harry's security situation. After stepping back from royal duties in 2020, Harry lost his automatic police protection, a decision that has sparked ongoing legal battles. Harry has argued that he and his family are at risk whenever they visit the UK, and he has insisted that his father could easily resolve the issue. This has become one of the central points of contention in the father-son relationship. The security issue, while deeply personal to Harry, also symbolizes the broader division between him and the royal family. For Harry, it is a matter of safety. For the monarchy, it is a complex issue of precedence and the public purse. But the fact that both sides have been willing to discuss it in a private setting, as evidenced by the summit, shows that there is at least some room for negotiation. Whether this leads to a breakthrough remains to be seen, but it is a sign that the door to dialogue is slowly inching open. Alongside the security dispute, Harry's public comments about the family's treatment of Meghan, particularly the alleged concern over the skin color of their unborn child, have caused irreparable damage to some relationships within the royal family. The accusation was explosive, casting a long shadow over Harry's bond with his relatives. In the wake of the Oprah interview, the royal family issued their now famous line, "Recollections may vary." This diplomatic yet cold response was seen by many as an attempt to deflect the severity of Harry's claims. Yet, this too has been a point of contention, a source of anger and frustration for Harry, who has felt unsupported and betrayed by his family. Nevertheless, there are signs that both sides are beginning to reconsider their positions. Insiders say that Harry, despite his anger and hurt, is no longer interested in dragging the royal family through the mud. He has expressed his hope that, with time, they can rebuild a relationship founded on understanding and forgiveness. For Charles, too, this is a time of reflection. As the monarch, he carries the weight of responsibility for the family, and as a father, he likely longs for a resolution with his son. The peace summit, though informal, may have been a necessary first step in this process. It allowed both sides to air their grievances in a setting far removed from the spotlight of public scrutiny. It allowed for genuine conversation, something that has been sorely missing from their interactions in recent years. This is the beginning of a journey, and while it's impossible to predict the final outcome, there is a sense that this is a turning point. The road to full reconciliation will undoubtedly be long. There will be more hurdles to overcome, and it's likely that there will be more public bumps along the way. But for the first time in years, There is a glimmer of hope that the wounds of the past can be healed, that the rift between Harry and his father can finally be bridged. And in a world that thrives on scandal and division, this quiet, behind-the-scenes summit may be the moment that we look back on as the beginning of the end of one of the most publicized royal feuds in modern history. The next steps will require patience, humility, and most importantly, a commitment to moving forward. For Harry and Charles, this summit might have been just the beginning. But for the royal family and their supporters, it was a signal that even the deepest wounds can start to heal as long as both sides are willing to take the first step.